If you've ever opened a charting platform and felt overwhelmed, you're not alone. Hundreds of indicators, endless combinations, no clear direction. And most beginners make the same mistake. They think more indicators means better trading. It doesn't. And in fact, I think it's the opposite. It actually makes things worse. So after 20 years of trading, I can tell you this. The indicators that actually matter fit in one hand, okay? In this video, I'm gonna show you the ones that actually you need to be running and using, that I use as well, and they actually work. And as you go through this, make sure you open up your free day trading workbook, link below. There's a section designed specifically for this, where you can map out your indicators, simplify your setup, and build a chart that actually makes sense. Because this isn't about adding more, it's about stripping down to what actually matters. So I'm gonna show you my live charts here and go over the indicators that I use, recommend, and all of you should be using. Now, first off, I'm gonna start with VWAP. Now, VWAP is really the most important technical indicator for a lot of reasons. It's a day trading indicator for sure, and what it tracks is volume and price, the two most important parts of any trade. And a lot of people fixate on so much other stuff, but at the end of the day, if there isn't the price action we look for and there isn't volume to back it up, it's worthless. VWAP is called volume weighted average price, and it's basically an amalgamation of price and volume. And the way we use it is we really, and this is a rule of thumb, of course, it's a guide, but the way we use VWAP is a stock above VWAP is considered bullish. The buyers are in control. That's a stock we're gonna look to go long. Now, a stock below VWAP, it's considered that the sellers are in control. And that's a stock that we either avoid, or if we're in it, we wanna be looking to exit, because now that stock is shifted from buyers in control to sellers in control. So we buy stocks above VWAP, we either avoid or even short sell stocks below VWAP. We wanna join the trend. Now, the next thing you'll see is I have a lot of support and resistance lines on my chart. These are levels where the stock has spiked to and failed. That's a resistance line, or a stock has pulled back to and bounced, a support line. Now, I'm gonna save that for the next video because it's really, really important to what we do. One of the most important things that we use is technical analysis. So I have a whole lesson on that coming up after this. Stick around. Now, the next we use is volume. I mean, volume is so important. And a lot of people overlook the bottom part of their chart. You can see by candlestick how many shares that stock traded in that time frame. Again, we don't want to buy low volume breakouts. We want to avoid them. If we short, we want to join low volume breakouts, because that's probably going to be that breakout that fails and falls. So it guides us whether we're long bias or short bias, or most of you are probably going to be long bias. It just tells you of breakouts to avoid. Like, even if it's following through on the pattern, if there isn't accompanying volume, you're not going to get that move with high certainty. Then the last one I want to show you, and I'm actually just going to grab a different chart here because UCAR was absolutely beautiful. So the chart's massive. The last one we use is what's called the previous day's close, or the red to green or green to red line. Now, I grabbed Apple just because it doesn't have 600% of range like UCAR did. UCAR was a beautiful day trade today, matching all of the criteria. Like, literally everything about UCAR is in this course. You will know how to identify that one. But Apple, a little less range. You can see the red to green line a little better. And what that represents is the previous day's 4 p.m. close. One of the patterns we use is called the weak open red to green. And that's a stock that opens weak below the 4 p.m. close and then powers back green on the day. And we use it a lot for momentum shifts, knowing where to stop out, knowing where to buy, knowing where to build that trade plan around. So make sure you have that previous day's 4 p.m. close, or what we call the red to green or green to red line. The reason it's called that is if a stock is above the previous day's 4 p.m. close, it's green on the day. Going back to Apple, you'll see it's up 2.13%. That's based off of the previous day's close. So that stock, it's above the previous day's close, the PDC as we say, so it's green on the day. Now, let's say Apple was down today If it was red on the day, it would be below the previous day's close, and we would call it red. So when they flip, so a stock gaps down, goes green, that's our red to green play. Vice versa, a stock gaps up, goes red, that's the green to red play. Now, guys, I don't use RSA, MACD, Bollinger Band, or 90% of what the beginners load their charts up with. The principle is less is more. Use what matters. Don't cloud up your charts. I remember it's probably 15, 20 years ago, I had 50 indicators on my charts, all these lines all over the place. Half the time I didn't even know what they were. I would just add stuff because I thought it would look better or would help my decisions. And when I stripped all that back to technical analysis, support resistance, VWAP, and the previous day's close, all of a sudden I could actually see my charts and I can make decisions. So a clean chart is a profitable chart. In the next video, we'll cover that support resistance, technical analysis, and then build that foundation behind every trade. So that's video 9, and once that clicks, everything gets easier.